Hello, so I'm going to briefly talk you over what to expect with a paper 1 question for AQA. So in terms of the format, you will be told where you will be focusing your answer. So question 2, we had sort of around a paragraph, maybe 2 paragraphs. Question 3, we're looking at the whole source. Question 4, we're usually looking at the second half of the source. So you will be told which line until the end you will be focusing your answer on. You will be given a statement along the lines of a reader said such and such about this part in the text, they thought this. You will then be asked to what extent you agree with that statement. You can agree, you can disagree, or you can sit on the fence. It's entirely up to you. There's no marks for siding with one than the other. However, they are usually set up for you to agree. So even if you don't agree and you think I can write more about agree here, then that's absolutely fine. And you will be given some focus bullet points. So far in the exams, we've had for the first bullet point, reasons why a character does something. Consider your impressions of a character, or consider your impressions of a character's reaction. The second bullet point is always evaluating how the writer does something. So we've had how the writer describes a character, how they convey a character's reaction, or how they create a sense of something. So we've had so far a sense of mystery. So those are sort of roughly the bullet points you will get. The third bullet point will always stay the same, which is supporting your ideas with relevant quotations from the extract. So in terms of what's appeared in previous exams and what you can talk about, you can pretty much talk about absolutely anything. So you can talk about anything that would come under language devices and techniques, which is question 2, or you could talk about anything which comes under question 3, which is structure. You can talk about pretty much anything. The important thing, however, is to not write entirely the same thing. So you could, for example, talk about a metaphor, but you need to talk about how that either creates an impression or gives a reason as to why something is happening, or how the writer has used that metaphor to describe a character, to convey a reaction, or create a sense of whatever the bullet point is asking you to do. So it needs to be clearly linking to that bullet point, and you need to be analysing your own impressions or the effectiveness of the writing. So don't worry about squeezing loads and loads of terminology in. You need to be talking about how and why it is being done, and why it is effective or not. So in terms of how question 4 is different to questions 2 and 3 then, so questions 2 and 3 look at assessment objective 2, which is commenting, explaining and analysing on how the writer uses language and structure to create certain effects. AO4 is evaluating and supporting with appropriate textual references why something is being done. So you can speak about pieces of terminology in questions 2 and 3, that's absolutely fine, but how you are answering is completely different, and you need to be more evaluating than saying this makes the reader feel, this works because. You need to take it further and say this is effective, these are the reasons why, this is how it links into the bullet point, and use the vocabulary that you've been given in those bullet points to make it clear to the examiner that you know what you're talking about and you're definitely answering question 4. So what you are expected to write is around 2 to 3 sides. You should be looking at maybe 20 to 25 minutes in the exam. This is a 20 marker, so it's a lot bigger than your questions 2 and 3. So you do need to be spending a lot more time on this. Thank you very much.